As he did, he felt his heart quicken. He wasn't sure why, but he was nervous. He worried the old Remy's hammer with his right thumb, ready to draw it back to full cock if needed. Not seeing anything amiss out front of the marshal's office and the jailhouse, he glanced over his shoulder at skinny Thorson once more. The outlaw was still sawing logs beneath his hat. Bushwhack swung his scowling gaze back to the street and stepped out onto the jailhouse's rickety front stoop to take a better look around. The night was dark, the sky sprinkled with clear, pointed stars. Around Bushwhack, Wolfwater slouched, quiet and dark in these early morning hours. 1:30, if the marshal's banjo clock on the wall over the large, framed map of western Texas could be trusted. The clock seemed to lose about 3 minutes every week, so Bushwhack, or Wilkes, or Maggie Cruz, who cleaned the place once a week, had to consult their pocket watches and turn it ahead. Bushwhack trailed his gaze around the broad, pale street to his left. It was abutted on both sides by mud brick, Spanish-style adobe, or wood-frame, false-fronted business buildings, all slouching with age and the relentless Texas heat and hot, dry wind. He continued shuttling his scrutinizing gaze along the broad street to his right, another block of which remained before the sodal-stippled, bone-dry, cactus-carpeted desert continued unabated dang near all the way to the Rawhide Buttes and Wichita Falls beyond. The relatively recently laid railroad tracks of the Brazos, San Antonio, and Rio Grande line ran right through the middle of the main drag, gleaming faintly now in the starlight. Most businessmen and cattlemen in the area had welcomed the railroad for connecting San Antonio in the southeast with El Paso in the northwest and parts beyond. Celebrated by some, maligned by others, including Marshal Abel Wilkes. The San Antonio and Rio Grande line might have brought so-called progress and a means for local cattlemen to ship their beef on the hoof out from Wolfwater, but it had also brought trouble in the forms of men and even some women. Oh, its share of troublesome women as well, don't kid yourself. In all shapes, sizes, colors, and creeds. However, it being a weeknight, the town was dark and quiet. On weekends, several saloons, hurdy-gurdies, and gambling parlors remained open as long as they had customers, or until Marshal Wilkes, backed by Bushwhack himself, tired of breaking up fights and even some shootouts right out on the main drag, Wolfwater Street. Marshal and deputy would shut them down and would send the cowboys, vaqueros, sodbusters, and prospectors back to their ranches, haciendas, soddies, and diggings, respectively.